Understanding an Ashlesha ascendant by using Eddie Murphy's sidereal chart. Someone on Tumblr asked me about Ashlesha ascendant natives. I'll use Eddie Murphy's chart as an example. He has an Ashlesha ascendant with his moon being in the 4th house. Ashlesha is about manipulation, poisons, toxins, medicines, whether it's herbal or those pharmaceutical stuff you see doctors using. Ashlesha is about 8th house things, like occult studies to the fullest. When you think of Ashlesha, always think of stuff like astrology, psychics, tarot reading, and witchcraft. Basically, those dark practices that have always been shunned down in society. Only as of recently, you see things like astrology have become more mainstream.
Which is ironic because Jesus was a part of a Jewish sect called the Essenes, and they did astrology heavily. Anyways, when I think of the Ashlesha nakshatra, I always think of a woman that is extremely spiritual with locks. I already explained this on Tumblr, hence why I got messaged about this.
Eddie Murphy has his Venus in the Ashwini nakshatra, so I always wondered if he ever had sex, dated, or married a female. That is a twin. This Venus is in his 10th house of work environment, so if he ever did intimate roles with a female actress that is a twin, please let me know. The only thing I could have found was him doing a role in a movie called Twins or Triplets. Is that a coincidence? Let's focus on the Ashlesha ascendant. In fact, it's activated now because he's in his moon Antarctica, but I'll talk about some previous events. First, Ashlesha is heavily about manipulation. Most of the manipulation is done through emotions. This is why women naturally have Ashlesha energy. The moon and Cancer are all about femininity. 1st house is about personality and appearance, so Eddie Murphy and others would love masking who they truly are through their appearance, choice of clothes, hairstyles, skin, and of course, personality. For example, someone that lies a lot would obviously have an Ashlesha ascendant. Another example would be the same way how girls love to wear makeup and wigs. A third example would be when you see guys nowadays wearing fake hair and spray painting to make you think that's their true hairline. A 4th example would be people you see that likes doing cosplays, wearing ski masks, or have these tattoos. Tattoos where they use quotes to make everyone think they are a good person, when in actuality they are very deceptive. Last example would be Ashlesha, making someone have a clingy personality. Eddie is clingy towards his mother and 4th house things in general, which means you wouldn't see his clingy side that much. Here's the catch though. Not every Ashlesha ascendant does things the same way. This is why it's good to get a guy like me to read your birth charts. In Eddie's chart, his moon is in the 4th house, so lots of emphasis is put on his emotions and mental state. He is a great example of an Ashlesha ascendant. Forget about him being an actor for a second. He uses his emotions to manipulate, the same way you see a lot of women that get caught cheating, and next thing you know they are crying, although they did the cheating and all of the lying.
Eddie would basically use his emotions to get away with a lot of things. He probably was an actor that knew how to fake cry pretty quickly. His manipulative tactics come out regarding the 4th house things. For example, some people lie about the type of vehicles they own. Some people use vehicles as a way to get women. To be more specific with his moon, being in the Libra sign, he uses his sad, sensitive emotions to bring resolutions regarding 4th house stuff.
For example, if there are conflicts within the residences he lives in, he would know how to use his emotions to bring resolutions. Let me add an example to this example.
Let's say there is a fight taking place. Within Eddie's home, Eddie would be the type to cry in order, to stop the fights and prevent more fights from happening.
A lot of that crying and sad emotions are legit, but he understands that using it more and more, he can solve a lot of issues. He inherited a lot of these traits from his mother, by the way. This same type of Ashlesha or moon can give a person psychopathic traits very easily, since he would have lots of natural knowledge about a person's mental state or psychology. As a result, he knows how to trick people pretty easily, especially whenever he is at home, in vehicles, or with his mother. Him and his mother most definitely lied a lot to each other. The Eddie Murphy you're accustomed to seeing in public is way different than how he would be whenever at home. Obviously, I can comment on this one house placement forever. It is exhausting though, and can take like an hour of just constant typing. Those examples are just freestyles. Let me look for a more realistic example that has actually occurred in Eddie's life. This guy has a long catalog and I have a headache, so use his movie called Norbit as a great example of the manipulation through appearance. He played as a female called Rasputia. If you want to combine everything that I just said, then there is a car scene in the Norbit movie. The Nutty Professor is another realistic example. It's funny though, because the movie most likely was done during his Mercury in Tardisha. Mercury is the nakshatra lord for Ashlesha.
Follow me on the other apps I'm out.